Have you ever felt like there's a secret script behind the scenes of our global events? Today we're diving into a realm where history, finance, technology, and politics intertwine in surprising ways. Buckle up as we explore captivating discoveries that reveal how decisions made decades ago and recent global trends might just be pieces of a grand, evolving puzzle. Ready to be intrigued? Have you ever wondered if your money was designed by a secret elite? Let's start with the backbone of our modern economy. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, a central bank that many believe was crafted by a group of influential financiers. Fast forward to the post-World War II era, and the Bretton Woods Agreement reshaped international monetary policies. These developments weren't just about stabilizing currencies after turbulent times, they also laid the groundwork for a tightly controlled financial system. Critics point out that the concentrated power in a few institutions has allowed them to steer economic policies on a global scale, sometimes at the expense of local independence. Imagine if every dollar, euro, or yen in your wallet was a tiny piece of an elaborate puzzle designed by a select few. This isn't fantasy, it's how our financial world was engineered. The real-life debates and studies on central banking reveal a fascinating backstory that goes far beyond simple economics. What really happens behind those locked doors at secret meetings? Picture this: an annual retreat where world leaders, influential bankers, and top business moguls gather behind closed doors. Enter the Bilderberg Group, established in 1954. While the group claims it's simply a forum for discussing transatlantic issues, its strict confidentiality has sparked endless speculation. No official agenda is ever released, and participants, from ex-presidents to global tycoons, are shrouded in mystery. What if these meetings are more than just polite conversation? Documented history confirms that some of the most influential people in the world are on the guest list, fueling theories that they might be quietly setting the stage for sweeping global policies. Whether you see it as a clever networking event or a secretive power grab, the mystique of Bilderberg makes you wonder just how much our future is discussed behind those locked doors. Could international treaties be more than just friendly agreements? After World War II, the United Nations emerged as a beacon of hope for a more peaceful world. But as nations gathered to create treaties aimed at fostering global cooperation, a curious pattern began to appear. Many of these treaties, whether related to disarmament, human rights, or environmental protection, require countries to give up a bit of their sovereignty. While this collaboration has led to remarkable progress in international law and humanitarian aid, some critics argue that such centralization is a stepping stone toward a world governed by a single, overarching authority. The truth is, global treaties have forever altered how nations interact, blending cooperation with a dose of power sharing that might just be the precursor to more unified global decision-making. It is a delicate balance between collective security and national independence, a puzzle that continues to evolve. Is Big Brother watching you more than you think? In our high-tech world, surveillance is everywhere, even if we don't always notice. Over the last few decades, technological breakthroughs have given governments and private companies unprecedented tools to monitor everyday activities. Think about the thousands of CCTV cameras in major cities, the ever-present smartphone in your pocket tracking your location, or the sophisticated facial recognition software used in public spaces. While these measures are touted as essential for security and efficiency, they've also sparked a fierce debate over privacy and civil liberties. The reality is, surveillance technology has advanced so rapidly that many of us are living in a digital panopticon. Documented projects from national security systems to smart city initiatives show that our movements, habits, and even personal preferences are being logged in massive databases. It's a modern-day twist on "Is Big Brother watching?" and it raises the question, when does safety tip into surveillance overload? Who really holds the power behind the scenes? Have you ever heard of the Trilateral Commission? Founded in 1973 by prominent figures from North America, Europe, and Asia, this organization was meant to foster dialogue among the world's major industrial powers. While its stated goal is to improve cooperation on global issues, the very existence of such an elite club has stirred up countless debates. Critics argue that its members members, ranging from former heads of state to influential CEOs, wield considerable power over international economic and political policies. The discussions held in their private meetings have, over the years, touched on issues that resonate with what some call a new world order. Whether these debates are the engine behind global change or simply high-level brainstorming sessions, the fact remains that the Trilateral Commission is a real and formidable player in shaping our world. The blend of economic strategy and policy planning here makes you question, is there an invisible hand guiding global events? Have you ever wondered if military bases are more than just defense outposts? When you think of military alliances like NATO, the primary image is one of defense and deterrence. But delve a little deeper into the history of these alliances and you'll find a complex web of secretive agreements and covert operations that go beyond standard military cooperation. After World War II, many nations banded together not only to ward off aggression, but also to project power and influence across the globe. Behind the public face of joint exercises and defense pacts, there are documented instances of undisclosed bases, intelligence sharing, and even covert interventions. These networks suggest that the military isn't just about protecting borders, it's also a tool for maintaining a certain global order. Whether it's through training programs or secretive missions, the shadowy side of military alliances invites us to reconsider the true extent of their influence on world affairs. Could your eco-friendly policies be part of a grand design? Climate change is undoubtedly one of the most pressing issues of our time, but did you know that global environmental agreements might have implications far beyond saving the planet? Look at the Paris Agreement, for example, a landmark pact where nearly every nation commits to reducing carbon emissions. While its noble goal is to mitigate climate change, the framework of such agreements also involves significant policy overhauls at national levels. Critics point out that these sweeping changes often require countries to conform to international standards, sometimes at the cost of local autonomy. What's really fascinating is the intricate web of negotiations, financial commitments, and technological transfers that underpin these treaties. It's not just about planting trees and reducing emissions, it's about creating a standardized approach to governance that might one day extend into other aspects of society. The environmental crusade, while vital, might also be a glimpse into how global governance could evolve in unexpected ways. Did a global crisis bring us closer to a digital overlord? The pandemic turned our world upside down, sparking dramatic changes in how governments operate and how societies function. One of the most notable shifts was the rapid adoption of digital health measures. Think digital vaccine passports, contact tracing apps, and online monitoring systems implemented at breakneck speed to manage the crisis. While these tools helped in the fight against the virus, they also set a precedent for a more centralized, technology-driven form of oversight. Public health emergencies have historically been used to justify extraordinary measures, and the pandemic was no exception. Governments, under the banner of protecting public health, introduced systems that now seem poised to stick around long after the crisis subsides. The convergence of digital technology and health policy during this period raises interesting and sometimes unsettling questions about the balance between public safety and individual freedoms. It is a vivid reminder that crises, while tragic, can also accelerate societal transformations. Could your wallet soon be controlled by invisible digital forces? Imagine a world where cash is obsolete. A world where every purchase is tracked on a digital ledger. This isn't science fiction, it's already happening. Central banks around the globe are exploring digital currencies, with some countries even piloting their own versions. The digital yuan in China is a prime example of how a government-controlled cryptocurrency can offer unprecedented oversight on financial transactions. The promise of digital currencies lies in their efficiency, security, and ability to streamline economic activity. However, there is a flip side. With every transaction recorded, governments and financial institutions could gain an intimate view of our spending habits and lifestyle choices. This shift from physical cash to digital money is raising eyebrows among privacy advocates who worry about the potential for economic surveillance. Whether digital currencies will lead to a more transparent economy or a tool for enhanced control remains one of of the most fascinating debates of our time. Do tech giants secretly hold the keys to our digital lives? Our everyday lives are now dominated by a handful of tech behemoths: Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, YouTube, the like. These companies don't just provide apps and services, they've built vast empires that collect, analyze, and sometimes even share our personal data. Their influence extends well beyond the digital realm into politics, culture, and global economics. Consider the buzz around the Great Reset, a term popularized by the World Economic Forum that suggests a comprehensive transformation of society in response to crisis. While the Great Reset is officially about creating a more sustainable, inclusive economy, its discussion often overlaps with the fear that corporate and governmental powers are merging to shape every aspect of our lives. The intricate dance between tech giants and state authorities, whether through data sharing agreements, public-private partnerships, or lobbying efforts, paints a picture of a world where our digital footprints are not just passively collected, but actively used to guide future policies. It's a digital age paradox. The very tools that connect us may also be the ones silently writing our future. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Bye!